Sweet. It says that we're live. I have not gotten my equipment set up at all yet. Just been trying to figure out how to get YouTube Live working. So I will ask you to bear with me for a few minutes while I flail around like an idiot that doesn't know what he's doing, because that is exactly what I am. Okay, maybe not a complete idiot, but I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Okay, move that be. Trying to get a decent view of the table. Sorry. Without a view of me apart from my hands, because I'm one of those guys. You know what? This is not going to work. Okay. I need to push my marble away. There we go. So this can come around here. I'll see less than a minute in and I already left frame. I guess the 30 minutes starts now, huh? Goodness. All right. Delete. My other option is I have a side table here where I can if I need to, I can move the camera off the table so it can kind of look over my shoulder. So I may do that. Let's see. My telescoping camera is not telescoping very well right now. But I think I'm fine. What I'm going to do is bring over my picking station. Okay, there's my vise. I don't like that. I'm going to bring this back down. Oh, here we go again. Gotta restart my timer. Delete. Start. All right. So this is a Goal Z that I was trying to pick progressive pin earlier. I launched a spring, so I'm going to put this little cutie right over there. I don't plan on gutting any of these, but I might. Who knows? Let's see, I've got my Altoids tin full of tensioners. And got my box of picks. is a Jimmy box, but I've got some CI picks in there. I've got some Wallach, the dual gauge Valerian set in there. I've got Sparrow's half diamond. I've got more picks than I probably will ever strictly need. We'll see. We'll see what I use tonight. First up, I've got let's see. It looks like I have one person watching, which is infinitely more than I've ever had watching before. So that's cool. Hello, person. At some point, I might figure out how to see who you are and greet you by name. Hold on. Do I want to? I'm going to adjust this a little bit. There we go. I may readjust when I actually start picking. So this challenge lock is made by Dangerous VP, who was on the Discord earlier today. It's called waffles. Dude, that's exciting. This challenge lock is a picker's journey. It's got a nice Hobbit hole theme to it. Some Middle Earth runes on there. Pretty sweet. I have no idea how hard this is rumored to be. Looks like the Eye of Sauron here. I can't stream from my phone, so and this webcam doesn't have like nice interactive controls on the camera itself, so I can't do my usual like zoom in real close when I pick thing. So please forgive me. Let's see, I need a fatter tensioner there. What do I want? There's a relative fatty. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That's almost float picking tight. And I'm just putting, actually, I'm going to do it without tension first just to count the pins and see what they feel like. 4, 5. So I think this is a 6-pin lock. And I feel a lot of movement just pushing on the pins. So we'll see. So I feel some serrations there already. Felt some counter rotation there. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm just kind of testing pins and where there's some feedback, giving it a little nudge. Nothing hard. All right, sweet dreams. Thanks for tuning in. There we go. A little bit of core movement. There's an overset. Drop that back down. Oh, overset again. That pin one might be a zero left. Oh, there was some good core movement. I thought that was going to be an open almost. Feel a little bit of feedback on that one, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what it's telling me. There we go. This one needs picked. Counter rotation stopped. Okay. Try and float it a little bit. Overset it. There we go. Back into the false. No, that was overset. Nope, overset. Okay. And drop that. Let's try again. I'm going to use a deeper hook. Okay, and then just find my way to the back of the lock first. Not even sure I can get under all of them with this, but I'm going to try. So some serrations on 6. I'm not liking that deep hook actually. Feels like maybe some progress. Although I'm not getting core movement like it did last time. I feel like challenge locks really force you to listen to what the lock says. In a way that sometimes regular locks don't. Because, well, high quality regular locks are, engineered to work kind of as a unit. They're, I just moved out of frame, dang it. I think no, I'll go ahead and continue with this. I'll just have to timestamp it. I suppose it's worth. Let me see if I can make it display the time on here. Pop out dashboard. Let's see. Menu. Nope. Overlay. Nope. What is that? Nope. Don't have access to this feature. Edit. Let's see. Customization. Nope. Okay, well, it doesn't have anything where I can show, but maybe this will be sufficient. This is my Discord. Let's go to lockpicking Sirius. And you can see here 11:04 p.m. There we go. And maybe you can see on my phone it says 23:19. So maybe that will be enough to qualify. As proof of what time it is. Delete, start. Okay, so starting my 30-minute timer again. Try to keep my hands in frame this time. I'm going to switch to my medium gym hook. Where did my fatty tensioner go? Are you my fatty? Let's see. It's kind of a bummer. I've got no takers on my stream. Well, I had one, but in bed now. Let's see. Okay. let's get this going. I was hoping to recruit some people from the Discord to tune in, but not to be right now anyway. Okay, my attention counterclockwise. So getting some clicks out of 3. A little bit of a false set. I'm going to try and be good this time about moving on anytime I get a click. Two feels like it's binding now. There we go, a little bit of core movement. 3 is binding. I don't know what I felt there. Four. Five, I can't tell. It feels kind of squishy. Six as well. So at this point, one is binding. There we go. Counter rotation. Two and 3, nothing. 4 feels, oh, there we go. 4 was binding and I got some good core movement. 5 is binding. Six feels oddly squishy. Nope, I moved the lock a little bit in my vise. There we go. Yeah, 6 feels weird. There's something odd about 6. Okay. That felt like an overset. Hold on. Let me drop that back down. Okay. So, 1 very springy. 2 fell down again. 3 springy. I'm over at 5 again. I had that kind of sandy feeling in the sound. The problem with this current setup is that I cannot rest my elbow on the table because it's blocked by my tripod. Most unfortunate. It may actually prompt me to change my setup, which I can only do one-handed at this point because I have to keep a hand in frame, and I don't think I can sufficiently adjust. I just looked at my screen and saw my wound here. That's from a Sawzall. I was not using gloves, and I should have, and I rubbed the skin right off there. Also got that big old blister. It's re-adhered, and then this one here, which is partly re-adhered. Use gloves, kids. Okay. Try this again. 1 with a little bit of movement. 2 got some serrations, little bit of movement. 3 is entirely loose, not binding at all. Couple of clicks out of 4. I don't want to go any farther than that. 5 is fine. 6, got a click out of 6. Be a good boy and come back to the front of the lock again. Okay. 1's fine. 2 needs picking. 3. 4. 5. I'm not sure I can hit 6 without hitting 5, and I don't know that 5 needs. No, I did. There we go. Ooh, I just overset. I think that's 5. Okay. That feels better. Okay. I don't know. It might still be overset. Oh, that's definitely overset. Okay. I'm going to compare with the key here. So I'm trying to pick off of this shelf. This is only a 5-pin lock. So I'm probably picking the wording at the back of the lock. Okay, so 1, 2, I can get under 3. Let's see, I'm right there. Yeah, 4. I can't hit 5 though. So I need I'm not even close. See, I need something that can at least, maybe if I pick from the bottom of the keyway, maybe I need the deeper gym hook, or if I can pick around if I can pick around the pin. That's Jasper telling me that I maybe should check my clothes and see if the spring went there. I did, actually. Did check my pockets. And slippies. No dice. Okay, let's see. So I was looking for a deeper gym hook, which might be in my kit that I took to work. Here's a fairly deep, skinny one though. That's this from the Valerian set, I think. Yeah. Okay, that one I could definitely get there from the bottom of the keyway. If I can. I don't know. I don't know if I can get past the other ones without. If I can scoop away. I think I can scoop under. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. So the problem was I was oversetting. One of the problems I was assuming a 6-pin lock. But I was oversetting 3 as I scooped under it. Okay, a little bit of core movement with 1. Okay, slip past 3. So 5. 4 is grabbing. Oh, there we go. acting like I overset. It's a pretty good hint that maybe I overset. Although, no, 2 is grabbing now. No. I overset. All right. I kind of like the feeling of counterclockwise better on this lock. And I liked the flat for these front pins a lot better. So we're going to do that. Okay, a couple of clicks off of 1. A weird click off of 2. Three with a couple of clicks with nice feedback. Now, one's feeling all right. There we go. And 3 with that big false set. Two giving counter rotation. That's good. One feels set. 2 feels set. Three good. Four with some counter rotation. And then back to the false set. Maybe. I think I'm on 5. Maybe on 4. There we go. All right. So now what I always do is I take a picture with the core turned. And I'm also, in this case, going to sign the log. All 4 of these locks came with this same alphabetized log, which is interesting. But let's see. Picked. Yes. Picker. Noodle thumb. And it is 8, 16, 25. And think I will not gut this challenge lock. Well, I kind of want to, except my gutting tray is occupied. So I will not at this time. That may be another stream or another video. I'm not sure. All right, well, we'll set this aside. Yes. Back up to the let's see. What do we have next? We have another dangerous VP. This lock is live, laugh, lockpick. Very basic pumpkin spice latte of a challenge lock name anyway. Let's see, this one has a fancy key cover. And laugh lockpick. Cool. Well, I guess taking a hint, I'll go ahead and live and laugh are crossed out. Okay. So really it's just lockpick. LPU represent. Taking a hint, I will try this without looking at key. Usually when I do that, ooh, it's got a yeah, not quite paracentric keyway, but it is one that I can slip into. Can I curve around? I don't know if I can. So this may be one then where I do want a shorter hook. I'm going to count the pins properly to start with. 1. Get under it. 2. 3. 4. 5. So I believe just a 5-pin lock. See if my fatty can fit in here. Yeah, it can. Fairly tight, not heckin' tight, but we'll give it a shot. Binding all the way at the back. Got some core movement already, a little bit of a false set. 3 and 2 and 1 gave a little bit of movement to very slight taps. Three gave another one to a light tap. There's a click on 4 without any core movement that I felt. Some feedback on 2. To a deeper false set. Nope, that was 3. Okay. 1 does feel like it's binding. not giving counter rotation. Let's see what the other ones feel like. 5, not much. 4, not much. Oh, 3 is giving me some counter rotation still. A lot of it. That might be going toward an overset here. Nope. Back into a false set. Okay. Back to the back of the lock. Nothing from 5. 4 gave me a little bit. And another false set. There we go. Oh, 5 gave me a little movement with a nudge there. 4, nothing. There we go. 3 just needed a little tap. Okay, I really do want to see what's in here. People still giving me tips to find that gold Z spring. I'm determined to find it, hopefully tomorrow. There's a blanket that's a candidate for having gotten tangled up. I have not given up. Gotta get my core pick. Okay. I may gut these tomorrow, or I may do a pick and gut non-live stream video, because this, as I promised, is a little bit of a shit show. Let's see. Eventually I'll get actually good at this. Maybe. Hey, that says that I've hit 30 minutes. If I kept in frame the whole time, I don't know. I'll probably submit it and let them tell me if I did or not. Oh yeah. Yes, I did pick it. There we go. Noodle thumb, 8/16/25. It is not quite midnight, so it is still the 16th. I guess it probably counts if I show my the clock on my computer. You probably can't see that though. It's fine. Turn it back to the pick and frame. Oh, there we go. 11:51. I'm gonna go ahead and do third one of these. What do we got here? Okay, nope, that's too dangerous. Down here. Let's sort this out. So we've got Sunkeman, and the lock is no name, which we would call Noni or anonymous. This is a funky looking key. Made in España. Tisa. Okay. It's like 5-pin. Boy, it's been beaten a little bit. When I was growing up, we convinced one of our neighbors to, go in on some pigs. We said we would raise them, or we would feed them if they would house them. And so they said, sure. That's because our little, I would say neighborhood, but our closest neighbor was a few hundred yards away, and the next one was like a quarter mile. But the 6 lots that had been a huge section of land might have been, no, it wasn't technically a section, but a huge swath of land had a covenant that said no pigs. And so we said, well, darn, we can't raise pigs. We got our down the street neighbors, half-mile away neighbors, to raise them. We, at the time, ran a restaurant, and so we would keep the scraps from the plates of food that people didn't finish. We would just put them in a bucket, and we would come give it to the pigs. They loved it. Well, one of our friends, we would always name our pigs. We had Charlotte and we had Pearl, and they said, well, we can't stand to name a pig that we're gonna eat. So we called her Noni for anonymous. She was a funny pig. Tasty pig. Probably tastes better than this lock. See, the advantage of Night Watch is that you get us day people when we're all loopy and don't make a lick of sense. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to call it a night because I have a 10-year-old who's going to be up at 6. I just overset that bit. Okay. That one too. There is a pin right up against the tensioner here. I was actually pushing with a tensioner. Oh, okay. Now I know. Okay. Try starting at the back. There we go. This is it's an odd feeling lock, I have to say. 5, 4. See, 3 feels like it's binding. There we go. A little bit of a false set. And now 1 and 2 feel like they're binding. Okay. So a little bit from 1. There we go. Put my tensioner back in. A little bit from 2. Four is not ready yet. 5 is binding hard. There we go. And there's the open. All right. Get the turn the core pick. And I think I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, Waffles, for being my single viewer. I appreciate it very much. And hopefully this will be enough for the patch. If not, I will do this again. Y'all have a good one.